Hey, friend. Hope you're well. This is a podcast that I've been looking forward to recording because the first time I talked about this topic, it became one of my all-time most downloaded podcast episodes. But I recorded it a couple years ago, and so I wanted to make sure that this had the best and most updated stuff for you. So let's just dive right in. Number one, Black Friday is, it's a lot, right? It has turned into this whole thing. But that aside, my personal feelings about Black Friday aside, I am not a massive Black Friday shopper, but the truth is that so many people are. So what I want to do in this podcast episode is talk to you about your strategy in your business and how you can make the most of the next 4 to 5 weeks between now and Black Friday to build your business, because it's going to take some strategy, okay? You're not going to just be able to sit there and then boom, a sale happens and you promote it and you magically get sales. Like, that's just not how it works. And we'll talk about why. Number two, regardless again of my feelings about Black Friday, you don't have to participate in the madness that is Black Friday. Let's just give you a disclaimer, give you kind of permission, although you don't need my permission. You have my full permission to skip promoting Black Friday sales if you just aren't up for it, if you're not prioritizing your business in this season, if something comes up, if you're whatever, right? You're not going to tank your business if you skip promoting one sale, okay? So I know it's a great opportunity to build your business, but I also don't want to freak you out and have you think that oh my God, if I don't enroll 1 million new customers over this sale and, this season, my business is done, because that's just not the truth. So hopefully that lessens the stakes. But for those of you who are I am in a season of growth, I am in a season of I want to get after it, then let's talk about Black Friday. And I'm just going to say Black Friday as the term for the insane, continuous, never-ending bunches of sales that seem to come out during that week, after Thanksgiving, during Thanksgiving, sometimes even before Thanksgiving. So, okay, let's just frame the problem. What typically happens, and I'll talk about affiliate marketers and network marketers in this podcast episode. What typically happens is you get an email or a group chat text or something like that telling you that there's a sale in your company, and you don't know what it is beforehand. And they go, oh my God, it's buy one, get one free on our flagship product, right? And so you create a reel, and then you go on Instagram stories, maybe you go on Facebook, and you post about it, and you go, oh my God, buy one, get one free on the, magic unicorn juice that I sell. And then it's crickets and nobody responds. So let's just talk about some general marketing, why this never works and definitely doesn't work on Black Friday. So your customer, or for someone to become your customer, I should say, they have to be two things. They have to be at least problem aware. They have to be aware that they have a problem, and you or somebody else, somebody has to make them solution aware. In other words, they have to be aware that you have the solution to their problem. So let me give you a very simple example. Being problem aware would be, I have dry hair. My hair, my ends are dry, they don't feel good, but I don't know what is going to help fix that. Okay? I have a problem, but I have no earthly clue how to attack it. Maybe I might go to Target and kind of, wander the aisles and see if there's a bottle of something that says dry hair, blah, blah, blah. But it's a problem that I know that I have. I may or may not be motivated to fix it. That's problem aware. Now, solution aware is, I have dry hair and I know that I need to get a good deep conditioner and a good hair moisturizing mask, and I can probably get rid of that issue, right? So solution aware is, I have the issue and I know what's going to fix it. I just, for whatever reason, haven't actually purchased that. And that could be for any number of reasons. That could be because you didn't go to the store yet, or you don't know what company, makes that thing, or you're still doing research on what you think is the best fit for you and your budget, whatever. Problem and solution aware. So what tends to happen is if somebody, let's just say, the marketer who doesn't quite know what they're doing yet, just pops out of nowhere and says, I've got buy one, get one on my magic unicorn juice. Well, I have no idea as a potential customer what that magic unicorn juice does. It may solve a problem for me, but I have no darn clue. I don't have anything to compare it to. I don't understand what it does. So I am going to, in the middle of Thanksgiving and holidays and family and sales and a total bombardment of just nonsense that week, I'm not going to pay attention to whatever you're posting about. That's what happens 99% of the time to people who post about their Black Friday stuff. So most of your followers are aware of the problems that they have. So it's up to you as a marketer to let them know, not that you necessarily have unicorn juice or a good deep conditioner, but that you have the solution to their problem, that you can fix their dry hair, and that you know how to handle it. Okay, so let's talk about this. I hope that frames the general reason, I hope that puts it into context why so many people post and don't get results. Again, Black Friday or any other day of the week, a lot of people post I've got a so-and-so membership, or buy this, collagen, or buy this makeup or whatever. But I have no idea what problem any of that stuff solves. You tend to understand it because you're in the company and you've used the product and you get it. So you forget that most everybody else has no idea what the benefit is. Okay. So let's just talk about questions generically about Black Friday. Do you know what your sale is going to be? If you have, if you're an affiliate marketer or a network marketer, you likely do not know what your promotion will be or what multiple promotions will happen. That's okay. We're going to be able to continue with the strategy even if we don't know. What we want to do is we want to take a guess and start creating content about your flagship product or the product that you and your personal brand talk about the most. So if you are in a company that has, every product under the sun, what is the product that you typically promote, the product that you talk about the most, and the product that most people start out with? That's what I would start with. What you want to do is you want to start creating content that shares with your audience how you can help them with their problems. You want to tell stories. You want to talk about the benefit of the product. You want to talk about the benefit of the product. And you want to do this around your main flagship products. And you want to be pretty consistent with it a couple times a week for the next month. Okay. This could be Reels, TikTok, stories, videos of you demonstrating your product, whatever. Stay away from company graphics. People don't pay attention to those. Talk in human terms. So let's go back to my example about dry hair, just because it's a very easy one, right? I have a lot of customers that have dry hair. So if that was me and I wanted to talk about a product that I thought might be coming up for sale for Black Friday that solves the problem of having dry hair, I would take out a piece of paper and I would start listing all the problems that dry hair causes. Dry hair creates frizz. Dry hair doesn't feel good. Dry hair is hard, it just doesn't feel right to the touch. Maybe you end up putting your hair up all the time because you're embarrassed about your dry hair and your frizz. Maybe you end up having to cut it more often than you want, so your hair isn't growing to the length that you want it. See this, right? I am making a list of the problems that having dry hair causes and things that people would think about oh God, I hate that I have this dry hair, right? Okay. Now we want to talk about some solutions. You want to take out a piece of paper again and make a list of different solutions and things that you can get on social media and like educate people about when it comes to having dry hair. Maybe like we start from the get-go. Hey, do you have dry hair? If so, these are the signs to recognize it. You have frizz, you have split ends, your, hair doesn't feel good to the touch, etc. This is just reinforcing to your audience and making them problem aware, right? Someone might go, "Oh, I do have dry hair. I never really thought about it that way, but yeah, I do," right? So that's one type of content that you can make. The next type of content you can make is, videos and content to let them know that you have a solution. You don't need to necessarily talk about the product name or anything like that. You can say, "Hey, do you know that a lot of people that have frizz, really the root of that is having dry hair? Because once you moisturize your hair, the cuticle becomes smoother and the frizz goes down." Like that would be something that you could talk about. You could also say, "Hey, did you know that if you have dry hair, here are 2 very simple ways to be able to, to fix that issue," or products that work and products that don't work when you have dry hair. Like you can just create general content around that. Now, again, obviously this is like a hair example. You could use the same exact formula though for business opportunity. If you want to talk about the business opportunity or any other product that you're selling, does not matter. So make a list of content that will help reinforce to people that they understand that they have a problem, and make a list of content that reinforces to people that you have a solution, or you know that there is a solution and you know how to solve their problem for them. So if you have a couple different flagship products, maybe you spend the next month tackling 2 of them, 2 of the main ones, or maybe even 3. I'd probably stick to 2. 3 or more tends to get like, yeah, okay. If they're in the same family, right? So going along with my example, maybe if you have dry hair ends and oily scalp, because those are problems that tend to go together, like maybe that works. But I wouldn't talk about like weight loss and makeup or like skincare and hair care. Like pick one major category and dive into it. Okay. So your goal in all of this is to spend the next month making your audience aware that you know that you can help them. Now, a couple other things that you want to do over the next month. You want to post social proof from people that you've already helped. They can be your customers, they can be your crosslines customers, your upline, downline customers, whatever. If you have a product that helps, like a good testimonial that you can share, by all means, obviously ask permission. You never want to steal someone else's testimonial, but if there's social proof that you can share, definitely share that. I would do Facebook Lives. I would do stories. I would do Reels. If you're on TikTok, do TikToks, like Facebook Reels, whatever. But hit it hard, because what you want is a bank of content that you have that you can then easily share and kind of dust back off if that product is something that goes on sale. Okay. Quick consumable content. We're not talking about 30-minute Facebook Lives, like demonstrations that are quick, super easy. None of us have attention spans anymore, nor time to watch really long videos. Short content is perfect. Okay. So, actually a couple more tips before I move on to the next topic. Definitely use trending audios. Be funny if like that's your style. Certainly entertain if that's your thing. Educate if that's your thing. It doesn't really matter. Don't get stuck about like, oh, what type of reel or what. Don't worry about that. Just start creating content that gets people to understand that you can help them with their problem and giving them a good call to action. Now, when I talk about the benefit of the benefit, this is what I'm talking about. So we've got the problem. We've got the solution. We know that like, okay, if I have dry hair is the problem, the solution is a really, really good quality deep hair conditioner and a hair moisturizing mask. But like the benefit of fixing your dry hair is that your hand no longer catches on your hair. or your frizz decreases, or your partner rubs your head and is like, ooh, your hair feels really nice. Like, that's a benefit, right? Those are awesome benefits. But the benefit of the benefit is that you feel good again about your hair. You feel confident. Maybe you feel sexy about your hair. Maybe your hair does what you want it to do and it saves you time in the morning. That's a great benefit of the benefit. How about another benefit is you feel confident when you walk in a room, right? You're finally getting your dream hair. You're finally able to grow the hair that you've always wanted. Those are the things that like really speak to your potential customers, where they're like, oh my God, yes. Like, I desperately want that dream hair, or whatever it is. Some other examples, like if I was in makeup, I would be talking all the time to people about like, hey, I'm not a pro makeup artist, but after we teach you how to apply this specific palette, you're going to go from not knowing how to apply your makeup to being confident that you are going to get compliments on your makeup every single day. Like, it's just going to happen because you're going to look and feel that good. Those are the types of things that we want to be talking about in our marketing. Instead of talking about like losing the last 10 pounds that you struggle with, talk about the benefit of the benefit, which is you might be able to, go through the holidays without weight gain, or you might be able to keep fitting in those jeans all the way through January without going on a diet. Things like that. Okay. So quick consumable content around your flagship products. Definitely just keep posting. Now, how do we turn this into a strategy? What we want to do is we want to kind of build an up ramp towards that holiday timeframe. So a couple things, there's no right or wrong answer. A couple things that you could do is you could use this content to build a prospect list. What do I mean by that? Over time, let's go back to the dry hair example because it's easy. Every time I say, every time I produce a piece of content that talks about dry hair, I would want to create a call to action that says something like, if you have dry hair, let me know if you need help, or, take my hair quiz, or whatever your point of entry into your products is, your funnel. But as we get a little bit closer to Black Friday, you can just say, hey, I don't know what sales are coming up, but if you want help with your dry hair and you'd like to be notified if there's any sales over the holidays that apply to you, leave me your info, or message me, or DM me, or get on my text list, or get on my email list, whatever it is, comment below, and I will reach out to you if there's a sale on the thing that fixes your dry hair, right? So I didn't say that very eloquently, but I think you know what I mean. You can build a list of prospects who are interested in your stuff, who may just be waiting on a sale. So they're problem aware. They know that they have the dry hair. They know that you can help them with a deep conditioner and a hair mask. And you say, hey, look, I have no idea what's going to be on sale, but why don't you, if you'd like to be notified if we have something for dry hair, comment below dry hair, and I will reach out to you if there's a specific sale. You could easily do that. Easily do that for the next, the 2 weeks before Black Friday. Okay. Then you have a text list, an email list, a social media, whatever way you want to do it, of people to reach out to that are already warm leads on Black Friday. Let's say, what would happen if you had a list of 50 people between now and Thanksgiving that were interested in your sales? What would that do for you? For most people, that would be huge. That would be huge, right? You could certainly build that. Again, if you have email marketing, by all means use it. If you have text marketing, by all means use it. Old-fashioned pen and paper works perfectly, but your goal should be to let people know that you can either help them now, or as it gets closer to Black Friday, change your message and your call to action to, look, I know we're going to have some sales, but I have no idea what's coming. Let me know if you want to be notified, and I can help you with either generally whatever you sell or your specific problem. You could make it really, really simple. Hey, you want to be notified of any big holiday sales? Message me or comment below and I'll reach out to you. That is customer service. So you're providing really good quality marketing and a preview of your good customer service by doing that. They're like, oh my God, she's going to actually message me and see if she can help me? Yeah, absolutely. Sure. I'd love to know. Why not? So that is a very simple Black Friday strategy. I think that if you start now, you will be able to create quite a few pieces of content over all of your flagship products between now and then, so you can pull them off the shelf and then share them when it's time. So the day comes and they're like, yep, we have a sale on all of our dry hair, our hydrating shampoo line or whatever, right? You're like, oh, sweet. I have 20 pieces of content banked and I know that I can share them. So then all you have to do is share them and continuously, for however long that sale is, get on, reach out to people who have told you they have this problem in the past and let them know that you can help them. So there you go. That is a very, very simple Black Friday strategy. I hope that helps. If it helped, please screenshot this in whatever podcast player that you're listening to and tag me and let me know, and I will respond. Lastly, before we leave, you may have heard, if you're a podcast listener of any length, that my dear friend Chelsea Humphreys and I have been working hard behind the scenes. That we finally published our Network Marketing Academy. It's called Maven, although we do have some guys who have enrolled in Maven. We designed it for busy people like you who don't have time to sit down and watch a million videos and who would rather consume some audio content while they're on the go. So this is an audio course. It's got 26 modules. So proud of each of these modules. The modules are anywhere from like 25 minutes to some are even longer, but they are broken down by topic. Things like how to follow up with your customers, how to meet more people to talk to. What do I do if I can enroll customers, but I can't enroll business builders? We've taken all the most important topics in network marketing and made a very fun to consume, great quality product that is an audio course. Once you purchase the course, we send you an automated link and you download it in your podcast player, like whatever podcast player that you use. A lot of people use, Apple Podcasts or whatever. It's just there and it's only for you. It's your specific link. And so you can listen to these modules either all in a row or pick out the ones that you need to listen to first. But the goal is when you're stuck or when you're overthinking something or when you're not quite sure what to do, you go and you look up that chapter, listen to it, and we give you some clear guidance. It is the cheapest and best quality coaching you will ever get on demand. I promise you that. Chelsea and I have learned from the best of the industry, everyone from Eric Worre to Ray Higdon, Fraser Brooks, you name it. We have learned from all the big names. So not only is our experience in there, we have stood on the shoulders of all these amazing coaches and learned how to get results for people. We've both built multiple network marketing organizations and have been darn successful at it while being extremely busy. Chelsea being a stay-at-home mom and building to the top of her organization, me having a full-time job in the Army. So this course is designed to get down to the nitty-gritty of what you need to know to build your successful business. But just for you, we had a launch sale. It ended, but because you're listening to this podcast, we created a special code just for you for $100 off. We've lost our minds. $100 off the course. There's also payment plans. So use the code podcast and that will get you $100 off the course. So for the link and the code for that, go to scroll down to the show notes in wherever you're listening to this. All right. So glad you listened. I really wish you all the best. I mean, I'll be back before Thanksgiving, don't worry. But I want you to take this and run with it if you want to make sales over Black Friday. Let me know how it goes.